Hello everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of the History AI podcast. I'm your host Chuck.
And I'm Marco.
We've got an incredibly fascinating character on the docket for today's episode, don't we, Marco?
Oh, we certainly do, Chuck. Today we are going to delve deep into the life of an important figure from the era of exploration, René-Robert Cavelier, more popularly known as Salle.
Yes, our French listeners might think we're talking about the room in English, but no, we're here to discuss the explorer, the dreamer, and at times the unlucky sailor, Salle.
Aye to that, Chuck. A charismatic man of endless ambition, yet sadly fated with an ironic ending, wouldn't you say?
I would indeed, Marco. But before we jump into that, let's start from the very beginning. René-Robert Cavelier was born on November 22, 1643, in Rouen, France. His family were wealthy merchants, and young Salle was educated by the Jesuits, even joining their order for a time.
But you know what they say about best-laid plans, right, Chuck? They often go awry. Salle left the Jesuit order in 1667, and decided to seek his fortune across the sea in the new French colonies of North America.
And that was no easy feat, Marco. Those were the times when Google Maps would have read, "Sorry, we couldn't calculate the walking directions to North America."
True, Chuck. After arriving in New France, now modern-day Canada, Salle quickly proved himself a competent administrator and was granted seigneurial rights to a territory near Montreal.
Now, that's where our friend Salle started showing his exploration chops. With his sights set on finding a route to China through North America, he embarked on numerous expeditions, the most famous of which was the exploration of the Mississippi River.
In 1682, after several failed expeditions and misadventures, Salle finally navigated the entire length of the Mississippi River down to the Gulf of Mexico. He claimed the entire Mississippi Basin for France, naming it Louisiana after King Louis XIV. A claim that would have a huge impact on the future United States.
Let's just take a moment here to reflect on the audacity and ambition of this man. At a time when many Europeans hadn't ventured beyond their own towns or cities, here was Salle, claiming vast swathes of unknown territory in the name of France.
Right you are, Chuck. He was literally putting places on the map. Although, had he had access to GPS, he might have saved himself a lot of trouble later on.
True, Marco. Following the successful exploration of the Mississippi, Salle returned to France to inform the king of his accomplishment. With royal backing, he then embarked on another ambitious venture, establishing a French colony at the mouth of the Mississippi River.
And here's where Lady Luck started showing her fickle nature. In a tale more twisted than a telenovela, Salle's expedition failed miserably, as he missed the Mississippi and ended up in Texas.
Yes, and in a tragic twist of fate, it was there in Texas that Salle met his end. Frustration and mutiny among his men grew, and in 1687, Salle was killed by his own men.
Talk about the wrong place at the wrong time, eh, Chuck?
Absolutely, Marco. His death was indeed a sad and ironic end to a man who had navigated uncharted territories, braved wilderness, and survived numerous setbacks, only to be killed by his own people.
And while Salle's colony in Texas didn't survive, his dream of a French empire in North America lived on. His exploration of the Mississippi River and his claim to Louisiana helped France to establish a large presence in the New World.
Not to mention the significant effect his actions had on the later United States. The Louisiana Territory that he claimed for France was sold to the U.S. in the Louisiana Purchase of 1803, significantly expanding the size of the country.
That's a legacy most explorers would dream of, isn't it, Chuck?
Definitely, Marco. If only he could have lived to see it.
Well, that brings us to the end of this exploration of the life and times of René-Robert Cavelier, or as we know him, Salle. It's been quite a journey, hasn't it, Chuck?
Indeed, Marco. From the streets of Rouen to the wilds of North America, Salle's life was nothing short of extraordinary.
Join us next time on the History AI podcast, where we continue to explore the lives of history's most intriguing figures. For now, it's goodbye from me, Marco.
And me, Chuck. Stay curious, folks. Be sure to like and subscribe to the podcast.
When the world hits hard, hit back harder with Strike Force Energy. The zero sugar, zero calorie, power pack energy drink additive that fuels your adventure. Just a quick squeeze turns any drink into a relentless power source. Perfect for your workout, your hike, your life. Ready to strike? Visit StrikeForceEnergy.com, use coupon code UTSALAX24 for an explosive 20% off your order. Strike Force Energy, unleash your potential. Strike Force Energy, fuel the fight within you.